That's a success right there. That's a success. I said I was done. I said I was done with this Acura MDX. I wasn't playing. I wasn't playing. Mike, I'm out here. I wasn't playing. For real, for real. All right, here we go. Mike, I'm out here. What's cracking with everyone? Making a video here for the Acura MDX people. I have replaced it with that old Toyota, and I'm very happy with that move. I bought this car, it had the check engine light I didn't even care, because I drove it and I was like, it's running fine. And I was like, give me anything, not anything, but give me almost, well, no, I wanted like a Honda or Toyota, if I'm being serious. Well, I wanted a Toyota because that Acura, that's like a luxury Honda, so they were out after that one. I don't know, I've always been Toyota though. So anyway, the MDX, that's what everyone's here for. Yeah, I mean, off top, I just say replace it. I mean, before you even get into this video, if you could just replace it, I'm lightweight saying that's probably the move to make, because who really knows what's wrong with it. The MDX, let's try to remember. Oh, I remember. All the lights were on, and it was running in two-wheel drive mode, because I believe is because some electrical components were getting wet, because definitely 100% that MDX from like 2007 to at least 2012 is the one that we had leaks like a sieve. Like, I'm not even playing, that thing leaks from like every angle. Like just imagine every body seam on a car leaking. You can look up online and there's people on YouTube that show you how to fix it. There's like tutorials, like people wrote up how to fix it. It's ridiculous. I mean, the one that we had like a rust spot at the top of the back near the hatch, the top hatch. Like, I'll use my Privia as a, you know what I'm saying, it had a rust spot like up here, and it had these rails that went down it, and they leaked water in. Well, I don't know if they leaked water in, but that's what the community was saying. Like, it could be there that it leaked, and then they said it could have been so many things that were leaking on it. So let's just pretend this is an MDX. Right around here, it had a big rust spot. So it's definitely leaking from right there. It was leaking from down here. And then around the fenders, there was like a hole in there that they wanted me to take the fenders off to patch them up. And I was like, heck no, I'm not doing. By that point, I was like, nah, I'm not doing that. And I had already changed a whole bunch of stuff. Also, picture this was an MDX. It could be the sunroof, right? I don't think it was, but I never really solved it. The sunroof had has a drain, and it drains out all the way down through here. So it could be that too, but since I don't really know, I didn't get to that part. But you can definitely, I was going to, but we got rid of the car, replaced the car by then. As soon as I saw like the front where you pull the fenders off of, I was like, nah, I'm not doing that. But that was way deep into it. By that point, I just figured if I pulled the fenders off and then tried to fix that, it wasn't gonna work. And I was like, nah, because it was just like, yeah, it was leaking from basically the Acura MDX, at least up to 2012, probably past it. It was leaking from like everywhere possible. I don't know if the one we had was or not, but it definitely had the leak at the back. So that was something. So that's why I went to go patch in this area up here. You know, it had these rails. Just imagine this is the MDX. It had those rails. So I took off the rails on this side and was like patching it up. And then there's like a seam that runs down here, and I patched that up. And it had like these plastic panels here. I pulled those off, and they were like, had a bunch of leaves and stuff there. So I cleaned that. I cleaned all them out, put them back, patched it up. It's good, I know, kind of, but not really. There wasn't much I could do. A lot of people were complaining like it could be that unit that was in the back. So the last video I made has that. But that's pretty much my thoughts on the MDX, is that it was leaking water. So like, if you still see one that's driving around and that people don't have any problems, I kind of want to start asking people like, where do you park this car at? Well, I don't want to ask like that, but you know, like they must park it in a garage. Someone who parks their MDX in a garage might not have any problems. That would be an interesting thing to see. Because I'm definitely attributing to the I'm giving it to the water leaking into the car. Then that frying an electrical component. It doesn't have to be that one that I pointed out. It could be one up front, because the leak, I was seeing they have bad leaks in the front. So bad that they want you to take off the fenders and patch them, and then so bad that they want you to patch it from the inside. And then all on the top, those rails that are on the top on the outside, they want you to patch, and then the back seams down the back, they want you to patch. And it was just like, where does this stop? I don't think it did. I don't think it did stop. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it was gonna stop. And then it's like, the component that got wet, I don't know which one it was. So I'd have to be pulling them out of like pick and pull, out of cars that were probably like already in the same condition and in pick and pull for a reason. I was gonna wait to see if I saw like a junked one that was wrecked, because then you know why. But to take that car to like Acura or like any mechanic where you gotta pay him like anything an hour is just ridiculous, because I don't even believe a mechanic can fix that. You feel me? I don't believe a mechanic can fix that Acura MDX. I think it's just gonna be whatever. I mean, probably somehow, some way, if you stumble across the right electrical component that was bad, you might be able to fix it. But I can't even guarantee that it's that. Especially that car was like, that car has now been running for like 6 months or longer in two-wheel drive, where it's got a little hesitation. It's got a P30302 code something. It came up as one of the cylinders. I checked the cylinder on it, and I did a compression test, and it was good. And I changed the coil packs back and forth between other ones, and the coil packs were good. And so if you drive like that, and then I was seeing a lot of them had like bad valves, probably because they've been driving with that code, and then, you know what I'm saying, it messed up the valve because something goes bad, blah blah blah. It's getting more gas, the catalytic converter is getting clogged up, blah blah blah. More money thrown at car that you can't even fix. That's why I told my friend's mom, I said, let's just get rid of this car and get a Toyota, because it had a cracked windshield. It was gonna need tires, you know what I'm saying? I was like, and it was gonna need registration. I was like, that right there is a little Toyota Camry, you know what I'm saying? I was like, she's 85 years old. I was like, nah, I can't have her driving that car, because it's liable to break down at like any time. And so yeah, that's that for that. So the Toyota, I was like, if I just get an old Camry or Corolla or something, I was like, no matter how many check engine lights come on, it's still gonna be running, you know what I'm saying? But for the Acura MDX, I closed the door because someone just opened it. I don't want to be bothering people. For the Acura MDX, I can say this: it did always start and run and drive, and it got from point A to point B and back. It didn't overheat, and it kept starting and driving and running. I will give the Acura MDX that. It was like kind of scary ride. Like I told the owner, I said, just don't drive it over 2,000 RPMs. You know, I was like, don't drive it like you're going somewhere fast. I was like, just drive it like, just drive around like normal. And I was like, it should be okay. You feel me? Like, don't try to jam on it or speed or anything like that. Cause it wouldn't comply, you know, it would just like backfire. And then, but going up hills in it regardless was like not, it was still making it, but it was like, nah, this, in my mind, I was like, nah, we got to get some car that like, that I can trust, you feel me? So yeah, that's what this Camry is right here. And I told her, I was like, it's not the prettiest car, you know what I'm saying? Because the paint's faded and stuff. At first when I pulled up, she was like, I was like, just give it a chance here. And I was like, just drive it. I was like, just drive it. Now she loves it. She was like, oh yeah, I feel so safe and it's reliable and it's comfortable. Yeah, I was like, let's not, I was like, if you want a new car, you can go out and get a new car, you know, because a lot has happened around here. You know, my friend, her son passed away and then her husband passed away all within like 6 months of each other. So like, I've been doing a lot over here, and then so it was bad though, you know. She was renting a car already. The junk cars were piled up here, you know. There was nothing getting done because my friend, he was like not doing too well. And then but yeah, he wasn't allowing me to be involved or do anything. That's a whole nother situation, you know what I'm saying? So you know, after he passed away, I had to like clean out the house a lot and do a lot around here, get cars running, get rid of stuff. And so like I was able to finally be like, get rid of that Acura and just get a Toyota. Anyway, I don't even know if I'm helping people or not here, but yeah, I would just I would just say get a Toyota for real. Or like what, something else, you know what I'm saying? Like the Acura MDX, it was cool. It ran, when it ran good, it ran fine. It felt good. It steered good. It had good power. It ran fine. But it was just like those problems kept coming back. It was like after it rained real hard. Like it was funny. Like I made that one video and the problems went away because I went to go change the wheel cylinders on it. And then because I had narrowed that down to possibly being a problem, I'd seen people online doing like the wheel cylinders and stuff. And I was like, that could be it. Like the knuckles get real bad. It's like a magnetic sensor in there. And so it could still be the rear sensor. Like I told Roman, that's who has a car now, I was like, he was like, it could be the rear sensors or the catalytic converter. And I was like, yeah, it probably could be. But I was like, for us to throw any more money at it was like, nah, I'm not throwing a cat. I'm not putting new cats on it or I was not doing none of that. I was like, let's just get a Toyota, you know what I'm saying? Like I bought this car for $1,500, you feel me? And then like the parts to fix it were like, a radiator was like $100. Actually, it was like $80 or $60. But you know what I'm saying? The radiator was like $60. You feel me? And then I got an O2 sensor on it, and that was like $60. And then I got a module on it that was like $60. And I got another VSV valve that was like $60. And that was it. That got rid of all the check engine lights and everything, every problem. And now it might need this car might need a timing belt because it hasn't had it done yet. But that timing belt kit with the water pump for this car is only like $100, you feel me? And anyway, we're just driving like, and we're just driving like normal. But anyway, I was like, I'm gonna get another Toyota as soon as I get this driveway cleaned out a little bit more. That way his mom, you know what I'm saying, got options, and then I could be like, not have to worry about like if cars are breaking down or need maintenance, you feel me? Because I'm like taking care of the mechanics here now. So I'm like, it's Toyota season around here. That MDX had to go, but Roman has it and he still pulls up in it. So like it still runs, you know what I'm saying? I give the MDX that it runs and it drives. And yeah, but in California or maybe in any state, I don't know how you got to do some repair on it before it's going to pass smog, or else you're riding around with bad tags. Because you can still pay the registration though on it, which is good. But they're not going to give you the tags. So yeah, if you got it smogged, you'd have to do some work. I was going to have to do like a faulty smog on it. You know what I'm saying? Like a legal smog. I don't even want to have to do that. And I don't even do that if I don't have to. And I didn't have to because I sold the car, and I don't even know anyone who does that. Like I have friends of friends who know people that could get me it done, but I was like, I don't even want to deal with that. When the price on this Toyota right here was $1,500, why even put any more money into the Acura MDX? Or you could go get one of these for $3,000 or $5,000, whatever. It's just whatever your budget is. If you have a budget, or if you have the ability to replace the MDX, or you got your use out of it, I would just go ahead and replace it. That's my suggestion, because it's not gonna get better. You feel me? You're gonna have to just do repairs on it. The valve, sometimes, like, it could have been one of the valves, but I guess luckily it wasn't. I did the compression check in it and it was good. So, but yeah, those MDXs with all the lights going off, I give it that it still was running. So it was like a good car if like you didn't have any other option, or if you, like I was telling Nick's mom, I was like someone might live in this car, you feel me? That'd be good because it starts up and runs and drives and can move and stuff. And I was like, it's an SUV, someone could put like a bed in here, or you could like use it to store stuff, you feel me? Or like some type of work vehicle that I don't know, some type of, I was gonna say grunt work, but it was like, I don't know, I guess it would be because it always started and ran. So, but yeah, don't go up a hill with a bunch of wood and that thing probably. What else? What else are we gonna talk about for this MDX? So yeah, I would just replace it. If you have the ability to buy a new car, buy a new car. If you don't have the ability, just buy an old car, you feel me? Or just walk. Or just take the MDX as what it is. It's gonna have hella check engine lights going off, and it might not last forever, but maybe it does what you need it to do, and it goes like to Safeway and back or something. That's pretty much all it was used for, or, you know, carry the dog, you feel me? Put the dog in the MDX. Like when her dog has to go to the vet, Ramon's coming with the MDX. Yeah, to sell it, I don't even know how. You'd have to sell it to pick and pull or for low for the part. I was telling her, I was like, I'm either gonna have to put this in the parts section or sell it to pick and pull. You know, because I was like, I can't sell this to someone like it's a driver, you feel me? It was gonna be a repair vehicle. And I was telling her, like, the most I could get for it probably would be like a couple thousand, maybe, you feel me? And I was like, if Ramon wants it, because people want it, you know? I don't know. To me, I'm like, I'll just get an old Toyota. But some people are like, why? He was like, why didn't you want this? And I was like, and he's not tripping. He was like, he's gonna fix all the patch. He's gonna patch it all up and do everything. You know what I'm saying? But it's gonna be interesting to see if he gets it fixed. Cause I'm like, I think I'm pretty good with the mechanicking. I'm not the best, but I know like if I could fix it or if it can't be fixed. And this was like, I was like, I can't fix this car. You know what I'm saying? Not reasonably, not affordably, I was like, it could be fixed. You throw like $1 million at it. But I was like, not for, if we're playing with like a budget where like either we're gonna fix this Acura or we're gonna go get a Toyota, then we're gonna go get a Toyota like fast, because it's gonna take. And I mean, his mom doesn't know for sure. She trusts what I'm saying, but I mean, still, other people are saying that she knows. They're like, I have a shop, you can bring it here. And I was telling her, no, I was like, no one can fix this car. Anyway, I went for the wheel cylinders because I saw some people were having that problem and they were having to like drill them out. These ones were clean, you know. I replaced them, no problem. In and out, everything clean. It could also be the hub. I mean, there's so many things that it could be, and it doesn't really like narrow it down for you. You could get up into the unit, whatnot, and check all the codes and whatnot, but it is not telling you exactly what's going on. It was saying P0302, and then you start going down the rabbit hole. Long story short, it's like if you're already tired of hearing me talk, just go get a Toyota. But I'm helping you though. If you got the Acura MDX with the check engine lights on, I'm helping you right now. So you best be happy listening to me talk. But yeah, my suggestion is like, just get another car. Real talk. I'll probably never forget that MDX and the problems it had. Did I cover everything? It leaks water. And if it snows, it's going to turn into water and it's going to leak. Something electrical inside your car is going to... All right, well, the camera cut off. I guess I was just going too hard on the MDX. But yeah, that's why wherever I was at, I was just saying you just replace it. Replace it with a brand new car, replace it with an old Toyota, replace it with anything, a bicycle. I don't know, whatever works for you. If you got to drive a car that you need to be reliable every day and you don't want to be feeling on edge like you're going to be falling, like you're going to break down, I'll just say get another car. But I will say that the car didn't overheat and it didn't break down. It kept going. It wasn't the best ride. So I got to keep giving it that, because I've had cars that were horrible. So like, even when I want to say it's one of the worst cars I ever had or had to deal with, I kind of got to take that back, because it did always start and run and drive and get people from where it had to go. It wasn't the best, but it did it, and it's still doing it. So it definitely can't be one of the worst. It's one of the worst cars, but it's just kept going though still. But yeah, the worst car was, I think the worst car I ever had, definitely I can say, was that North Star Cadillac. It was like a DeVille, like a 98 DeVille. It would not stop leaking battery. That battery was leaking every time. Well, that's a whole nother story. But believe I replaced so much stuff on that car too, and and some guy bought it off me, and he was saying he was gonna start a YouTube channel and he was gonna show how to fix it. And I don't think that YouTube channel ever got off the ground. I'm telling you, when I'm there. Acura MDX, just replace it. I mean, yeah, if you can fix it real easily, then just fix it and then keep driving it. But I'm saying it just doesn't seem to be an easy fix for it. But it might be. You kind of gotta investigate. So normally I would, get in there, check the code, see what codes it got. If it tells you P0302, then go to that cylinder, switch the coil packs, make sure it's not the coil pack. Do a compression test on it, make sure it's not a compression issue. I was also telling Ramon it could be a fuel injector. But to get to the fuel injector was like, I got to take off the intake. I was like, I'm not doing that. And I was like, it's probably not the fuel injector is what I was thinking. But yeah, it could be a fuel injector on the P0302 cylinder. But the reason I think it's not is because one day I came to the car and it ran perfectly, and it had been sitting out in the sun, and then it rained again, and then it wasn't running perfectly. So I just really couldn't put my finger on it. I did end up changing those wheel cylinders. That didn't do anything. Maybe it could be the back wheel cylinders. Maybe it could have been a clogged catalytic converter. But then you're just chasing, you're just going all over the place and you're just throwing money. There's no way to you know what I'm saying? If I was going to do it for the low, I might have just took the cats off and then cleared them out. But that just sounds like way too much work. I'm at the point where I don't even want to do a timing belt on this car. I was like, I'm just gonna get another Toyota. I'm not trying to be at the mercy of a vehicle. And so I'll do the timing belt on this one when I have time and there's space. But I was like, before then, I'm just gonna get another Toyota. So yeah, the Acura MDX, I would just replace it. That's honestly the truth. Whatever you paid for it, just take it as a loss. You might not be able to get that money back. I say maybe to part out. If you got one that's in good condition, someone might want to buy it for parts. Or there's always people that want to live in a vehicle. And that's what I could say is that Acura does keep running and driving. So it'd be a good vehicle to live in, maybe. Or put on a property somewhere and a playhouse for the kids or something. You know what I'm saying? You got to come with alternate ideas for the Acura MDX, is my opinion. Maybe the later models are better. But nah, the one that was here was a 2012. Yeah, and something was wrong with it. But I still say Ramon's driving it every day. So there's that. So if you get it for free or for work, and you can end up making it be low cost or free, then yeah, it could be a good come up for you. And if you're mechanical and you rather get a free car that you fix than spend money on one that you don't have to fix, it just depends what situation you're in, you know what I'm saying? So it could be a good car project for people, and it's probably, I'm sure, fixable somehow. But if you're just like a regular person that doesn't want a headache and have to be, I don't even think a shop could fix it. I think you send it to a shop and they'll tell you it's fixed, and it might be fixed, and then you're gonna be driving it, and like 3 weeks later, all them lights are gonna pop up. I just don't think that there's an accurate fix. There is, but there's not. There's just like too many variables. It's like, it could be the wheel cylinder, which you could change easily, but then also it could be because it rains and it rained, or you got like, or you drove through like a car wash or a puddle, and now you don't know which electrical component it is. That sunroof could be blocked off. I never even got to it. I was going to, but I was already told Nick's mom, I was like, we're gonna just replace it with a Toyota. And so I told Roman, I told him all this stuff. He'll probably see my video. Shout out Roman, you feel me? That's my bro. Yeah, it's still driving them for sure, that, but for Nick's mom, I already told him, I was like, you know, she's 85. I can't have her driving this car where I know when I'm driving it, I'm on the edge the whole time. I was like, I gotta just get something that's here. Here it is. It's a Toyota Camry, 1998, and they're everywhere. If you drive down the street, you're gonna be like, there's one, there's one, there's one, there's one, there's one. You know what's crazy is I see those Acura MDXs everywhere though too. I really want to start asking people about them. Like I should just do like a podcast where I interview people who had Acura MDXs. Oh my God, those gonna be some angry ass people. Anyway, I hope this helped. I don't think I got any more thoughts on that car. I didn't fix it. I thought I thought it was fixed that day, but I don't even know. I can't even call it. I thought it was the weather, and it probably was. And then I came back to it like a few days later after it rained, and it was all like lights again. And then I changed the wheel cylinders because I thought that's what I thought I had it narrowed down to the wheel cylinders, and then no, but it could be the back ones. It just keeps on going and going and going. And if you're just a normal person that's like, I want to get in my car and drive, Acura MDX ain't the one. You feel me? At least not a 2012 and earlier. And just take the loss. You feel me? My friend, he bought that shit for like, his mom said that Nick paid $14,000 for it, and that was in like 2000. That wasn't even that long ago. I want to say that was like 2019 or something. I told her, I was like, just take the loss. You feel me? I was like, let's just take the loss. I was like, just give this car to Ramon. All right, so that's it. Maybe we'll make a part 3. If not, you know, hopefully I help people. Yeah, just get another car. All right. Peace. All right, I wasn't planning to film this, but just for the record, I am like walking around here. I drank a lot of coffee, and I'm just saying no more. And in my head, I was just like, no more, no more. I'm just thinking about that MDX. I thought that was worth filming because that's for real. I was like, no more, because I was counting out the money, getting ready to go buy this Camry tomorrow, and I was just thinking, yeah, no more, no mas. You feel me? Real talk, unedited, unscripted, extra coffee, straight truth. No more. Acura MDX, no mas. No more. Like, give me my life back. You feel me? It's over. It's over. The struggle's over. It's over. I'm buying that Camry. I got to. Next clip.